Hello, MCU fans. Today we're going to do a brief update to the earlier When Does Wakanda Forever Happen in the MCU Timeline video. And I really want to thank all the people that commented on that video. Lots of great brainstorming to try to come up with ideas. You all were great. Thank you so much. I think I now have a narrative that works well with the movie, as well as fits with all of the timeline clues that they laid out. So, there will be spoilers just like the other video, so make sure you've seen the movie first, and if you haven't, it's fantastic. Go check it out. But assuming you've seen it, let's dive right into this update to When Wakanda Forever Happens in the MCU timeline. All right, I'm going to make it really simple. I'm just going to have a timeline on the bottom and some important timeline points along the top. So let's go through it quickly. We have T'Challa Jr. being conceived shortly before Infinity War. And the reason I believe he was conceived, not born, obviously, conceived shortly before Infinity War is otherwise he'll be too old. He couldn't have been more than 6.5 at most, somewhere in the sixes. So this is the best way for him to be the right age at that point in the movie. All right, so then T'Challa is snapped on May of 2018. Then here's the big aha moment for me. I don't think Nakia actually leaves Wakanda. I think she hides away in Wakanda. She leaves without a word, as far as everyone knows. That's why Okoye says, hey, you left without saying a word. But it just doesn't make any sense for her to leave Wakanda and go to Haiti to have her kid. Why would she not stay in secret with Ramonda in Wakanda? I mean, she's a spy. She certainly knows how to hide out. So I think she stayed in Wakanda with Ramonda. So she then gave birth, again, secretly, to T'Challa Jr. in Wakanda, January of 2018. Then I believe she raises him in Wakanda, giving Ramonda a chance to see her grandson. Wouldn't that be cool, right? Plus, we know that Ramonda knew about T'Challa Jr. because she mentioned to Shuri that there was a secret about T'Challa she wanted to tell her, and then, of course, Namor shows up, and they don't get a chance to answer that question. But it's pretty clear. Ramonda knew about T'Challa Jr. But then again, some people mention, well, why didn't Ramonda recognize him then when she saw him later in the movie? Well, she hadn't seen him in 6 years. So she had no idea what he looked like. So yes, she had seen and been aware of T'Challa Jr., but had not seen him for quite some time. Because I believe when Nakia sneaks out secretly from Wakanda with T'Challa Jr., it's in October of 2019, and that is the last time that Nakia and Ramonda see each other. All right, T'Challa returns from the blip, October of 2023. T'Challa then gets to secretly visit with Nakia and T'Challa Jr. in Haiti, really off and on for the next year. I think that is fantastic. I don't care exactly how long it is, but I think there needs to be, just from a heartfelt standpoint, a chance for T'Challa to see his child before he passes away. That's just kind of cool to think that actually happened. Then that means T'Challa was indeed the king when the Dora Milaje retrieved Nemo in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was in the middle of that series, so around May of 2024. And that makes sense because none of them mentioned to Bucky, hey, did you know T'Challa passed? Now, I realize in the real world, the writers of Falcon and the Winter Soldier had no idea Chadwick Boseman was tragically going to pass in real life. But nonetheless, it works that's why Bucky wasn't informed, because he wasn't dead. He was still alive. All right, so then T'Challa passes from the mysterious illness in October of 2024. And then finally, present day, for most of the movie, Ramonda sees Nakia for the first time in 6 years, because it's now been 6 years, and it's 1 year after T'Challa's death. And when Ramonda says, it's been 6 years since you left us is really referring to Wakanda in a regal sense, basically Wakanda in general. So again, I think this works perfectly. Also, you might ask, well, wait, so if Nakia had T'Challa Jr. in Wakanda, why didn't Shuri know? Well, remember, Shuri was blipped. So Shuri had no idea. And there is a throwaway line in the movie where Nakia says, I've been trying to reach out to you, Shuri, and Shuri hasn't been returning her calls. So presumably she has been trying to let her know about T'Challa Jr. But that's once she came back from the blip, obviously. So, all right. I love this. I think this makes narrative sense, and it also fits with the 6 year and the 1 year time frames that are revealed. Now, I'm placing it in October because I happen to think it's closer to Quantumania, and I think Quantumania is going to be in 2026. Just a guess, but that's my guess at this point. And this also puts it close to Thor: Love and Thunder. However, if you don't feel it's in October of 2025 and you feel it's earlier, this narrative still works because you can just throw everything back a few months, wherever you want it. If you want it in June of 2025, no problem. That means T'Challa passed in June of 2024, and Nakia left Wakanda and said goodbye to Ramonda in June of 2019. So you see how it can just move around wherever you want it. These are the dates that have to stay 1 year and 6 years, but, you can make it flexible. So I happen to think this narrative is just beautiful. It allows, again, T'Challa to see his son. It allows Ramonda to see her grandson. I love it. Anyway, thank you to everybody who helped me brainstorm this. This is where I'm going to land for now. Obviously, when the movie comes out, I'll do another video when we can really get some screen captures and get all the lines down perfectly. All right. So then I'm putting it in October 2025, simultaneously basically with Thor Love and Thunder, right before Werewolf by Night and Guardians of the Galaxy. So, hey, now we wait till it comes out on Disney+, right? We're going to know at least what Marvel thinks when it comes out on Disney+. But in the meantime, thank you again to everyone who commented. Please like this video and comment on this one. Let me know what you think. Check out more content. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's all continue to enjoy the ever-expanding, ever-growing Marvel Cinematic Universe.